Hi guys, Serenetic here and welcome back to the Bookwalker. I'm going to keep looking over at my other window a lot today because I have attempted to record this about 5 times and for some reason my GPU keeps filling up and it's really annoying. Just every so often we'll just get really overloaded and then it will say, oh yes, the client, the whatever it is, the encoder is busy, and I'm like, okay, great, what else do I have to do? Because I don't really have another encoder that I can change it to that will do the same job that I'm asking it to do. I'm a bit annoyed at it, but what can you do? Anyway, we're going to hope that this one works, and if it's a bit janky and a bit stuttery, I really apologise. This might be the reason that I just never record anything on my computer ever again. But anyway, let us start the Kornelius paradox. Flying around, time to get up. I mean, it's looking okay. It's looking better than it did earlier. I think part of it is because when I played it earlier, my computer was trying to do about 20 different updates. So hopefully we'll run really smoothly now. Hello? Silence. I have a job for you. I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready as always. You need to be even more ready than you usually are. I have a new partner, and if we pull this job off without a hitch, you can't even imagine what opportunities it will open up for me. I'm happy for you. So you need to make the client happy. If he's happy, then I'll be happy too. And if I'm happy, a little of that happiness might trickle down to you. Get my drift? Like I've said before, I'm not doing this for the money. It's for my shackles. The client sent me an advance payment and I've spent it on my new office. So get ready and don't let me down. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go over here because I want a shield. And additional damage to all enemies might be quite nice, or more damage on the slash. I feel like additional damage to all enemies would be quite nice. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That is better. Oh, what's this? The technological team that had been developing the system known as television is now defunct. This motion picture system was developed by Steve Durich, who died last month. High development costs and complexity of use forced the board of directors to abandon the project. Okay. This. An excerpt from an article. Several readers reported the incident to the writer's police, who immediately began investigating the situation. All copies of Torben Zielinski's The Spark of a Hammer have now been taken off the shelves. Oh, that's the one. Oh, it seems we made it out at the right time. I'll say that's the one we went in last time. A teen quest from HRMNY, publishing agency. Rumours of your situation have reached us, Mr. Quist. We assure you that everyone at HRMNY sympathises with you and wants to help you in any way we can. We invite you to serve your sentence with us. Okay. However, unfortunately, our resources are quite limited, so payment is out of the question. We remember just how good your books were, and we want you to get back to the creative process as soon as possible and write fantastic new material. Thanks, guys, but that doesn't really help. Yeah, we can. It's like saying we've got a great new job for you. We can't pay you, but wouldn't it be great? Oh dear. N10 Quist. This letter confirms that you have repaid your water bill debt. Oh, we couldn't enter this room, could we, because of our water debt? We can use our bathroom again. I wonder, Right, this buggered it up last time. Let's just watch this very carefully.
It's easier to get a new one.
Now you need to put it on the desk, but we need to enter the house first. There we go. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on my GPU because that's the thing that's been fucking me over. So I was like, oh, I might be able to get 2 done today, and I'm like, well, I'll be lucky if I get 1 done today. Okay. I have read this out 5 times already, so I'm sorry if I don't sound more excited. An excerpt from a review. It certainly expands the universe, but new books in this series are published so rarely that this expansion seems more like mockery. However, I must admit I am intrigued. Strange note. The contractor agrees to infiltrate the Kornelius paradox by Oleg Sergeev and extract an item, Kornelius' magic wand. The client agrees to pay the negotiated sum upon fulfillment of the contract. I apologise for any outside noise. I've got the windows open. I like fresh air when I record. And here we go. Watching the GPU. Oh my god, it fixed it. Oh, thank feck. I was like, it didn't do it for the entirety of the last recording. Like, as in like the last part that went up on YouTube. It didn't say about the encoder at all. And I was like, why is the encoder so busy? And it's because my computer was trying to download like 20 up, like the NVIDIA needed updating. I had like 2 or 3 sets of Windows updates that needed doing. I'm so happy everything is now working. Oh, I was really starting to panic. I was like, I'm not going to be able to record anything on my PC ever again. But yeah, as I earn more money, I probably will buy a laptop to record on and then connect the PC with a capture card to the laptop so that then stuff can be done a bit nicer maybe. Or get a second PC maybe. Buy a really basic PC just to do the recording and that on is also an option. But yeah. Right, oof. We landed. Damn people. I don't think that lady over there noticed me, but this guy definitely saw me land. You there, Roderick? Like always. I figured out how I can convince you that I'm not cold and cruel, and heartless, well, and unpleasant, and someone who couldn't care less about anyone else. Alright, fine. Keep it down over there. Sorry. So here's my plan. Not only am I not going to hurt any characters, since you've done such a good job with that up until now, I'm actually going to help them. All of them. We're going to help every single person we meet in this book. Sound good? We won't abandon anyone. Sounds pretty suspicious. Oh, come on. I'm a completely different person deep down inside. You'll see. We'll start with this guy over here. Hi, do you need help? Me? No thanks. I'm alright. Well, that's one less we have to help. I said keep it down. Let's go find more characters. I tried whispering that in an earlier trial run of this, and my microphone did not pick up my whisper, so I went in closer. Hold on, what are we actually here in this book for? Oh yeah, I need to find Kornelius' wand. A magic wand? Most likely, yes. And it's a rush order, but I think we'll still have time to help everyone. Okay, but I'm going to keep an eye on you. You're acting really strange today. I won't let you down. Cool, so we have absolutely feck all in our inventory, as normal. Right, let's start with the message board then. You see a message board packed with information. It's divided into several sections. Job postings. Part-time receptionist wanted. Requirements, female, aged 50+. Not quite a fit. Seeking system administrator, hourly rate offered. What kind of administrator is that? Let's keep looking. Oh, this one's perfect for you. Janitor needed. Guess I have to try. The school motto. In its own column, written in large letters, is Uniting our differences and overcoming challenges. That's quite a nice little motto. I really like that one. General information. Headmaster Robert Lemantier, educational license number 0023. Hours 8 till 8 PM. Visiting hours for parents, 4:30 till 5. Hang on, they only have half an hour to visit their kids. God. Read complaints and suggestions book. You take the slim, warm book from its folder on the wall. There are insults written all over the cover. Yes, the locals don't like wizards very much. Stop taking up so much space in our city. We could have built a huge park here. No one in this cursed neighbourhood can sell their houses, and it's all your fault. Big deal. Okay, interesting. Let's talk to the teacher. A man dressed in a classic modern suit sits expectantly on the bench. His outfit seems very out of place for this old-fashioned school of magic. My God. He notices you looking at him and tries to avert his eyes as far from you as possible. What are you doing here? I'm waiting for my classroom to be free. Oh, so you're a teacher? Nods briefly. What do you teach? Table manners? I teach a programming class here. His chest puffs out a little. What's that? Some kind of magic? It's not. It's hard to explain. He waves a dismissive hand at you and returns to his thoughts. Do you know how to get inside? I'm scheduling already. You may have to sign up for an appointment or something. There are job openings on the wall. Let's go. Okay, yes. So we're going to be. So we can't go any further. So let's talk to this receptionist. Who are you? What do you want? The receptionist doesn't look at you. Her attention is fixed on the small TV set on her desk. Didn't they say that they had completely got rid of televisions? That the television project had been halted? I mean, I know we're in a book, but... Is there anything I can help you with? You? Help me? She raises her eyebrows in surprise, but your words are still not enough to draw her attention away from the TV. That's right, I've decided to try and help everyone I meet today. Well, isn't that nice? Now I asked you, who are you and why are you here? I'm gonna lie. I have urgent business with the headmaster. Did you make an appointment? I don't believe so. Then I'll ask you again, what do you want? You can hear the irritation in her voice, but you don't know if it's because of you or because a team in the football game on TV just missed a goal. Show the job listing. You're looking for a janitor and I'm looking for work. Yes, we've been looking. The receptionist rolls her eyes, but finally looks away from the TV and turns to you for the first time. Why are you all wrapped up like that? Is that paper on your face? No. I was in an accident. I'm very sorry. She isn't sorry. The receptionist opens the desk drawer and with a sigh pulls out a stack of pink, yellow and green forms that puff out a cloud of dust as she drops them on the desk. Is this going to take long? Name? N-team. Any allergies to cleaning products? Cleaning products? I thought you were all wizards. Answer the question. No allergies. Excellent. You're hired. Just like that. Here's a bucket and a rag. To the right of me, you'll find the entrance to the library. Wipe the dust off all the bookshelves and then come back here. Okay. To the right. Okay. What about the cleaning products? We're fresh out. And she turns her attention back to the TV. Okay, so we now have... Lovely, an empty bucket. So that's the library. Oh, let's go have a look at the image on the floor then. These 3 crests must be the school's guides. Okay, let's go in here then. My mum texting me. I will message her back later. I'm going to quickly silence my phone. Everything just wanted an update today. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have to... Oh, there's something I can do here. Okay, so that's a crafting station, which I can't use yet. The bookshelves aren't going to wash themselves. And of course, they just had to be the biggest bookshelves I've ever seen in my life. I need to go find water for my rag. Oh gosh. I don't think we're going to be finding water in a library. So let's go find water this way. The restroom. There we go. That's a good place to get water, isn't it? The tap. Please tell me it works. A rusty tap. Dripping rust. Oh, we'll fill the bucket though. Rusty water though. Oh yeah, I forget you can zoom in if it's small. Okay, let's go back to the library. If you're dusting though, well, it's a damp cloth, isn't it, that picks it up best? Right, okay, to the shelf. The bookshelves aren't going to wash themselves, and of course, they just have to be the biggest bookshelves I've ever seen in my life. Let's start dusting. Is this really the only way to get inside the school? You take the rag from the bucket and wring it out. They don't let just anyone passing by go into main hall, and that's where Cornelius's wand is. And the wand isn't the only thing in there. What else? All those characters you said you were going to help? Oh, yes. Right. I'd advise you keep pretending to be a janitor, even once we get inside. You sigh and wipe a layer of dust off the first shelf. This isn't exactly how I imagined an adventure in a school of magic. On the second shelf, you notice an old piece of paper. It must have fallen out from a book. Let's read it. It looks like someone's notes, probably a student's. There is a barrier that exists around our solar system, a wall covered in symbols. Each symbol allows us to use one spell. It is believed that the wall protects us from external threats due to the fact that it is constantly being assaulted from the outside, causing the gradual destruction of the symbols on it. What will happen to us when all the symbols are destroyed? Well, what will happen once they are destroyed? You crumble up the paper and toss it aside. Don't worry, we won't be around to see it. You turn your attention back to the rug, bucket and dust on the shelves. 10 minutes later. Well, I think this bookshelf... Oh, look at that, all the cobwebs are gone. I love it. We should get the other bookshelves done then. Oh, let me... I've looked through some of these boxes though. Oh, it just literally is old books in boxes. Perfect. Right, let's do these then. This is the biggest bookshelf in the room and it's covered in a thick layer of dust. You find yourself unconsciously squeezing the rag in your hand. You wet the rag in the bucket and start wiping the dust off the shelves. It's boring work and your eyes start wandering over the shelves, coming to rest on an old looking folder. Oh, it's just started raining. Really? Really heavily. You brush the dust off the folder, which is decorated with a man's head crest and an inscription, the Baratus Guild. There's nothing but dull documents in the folder and nothing catches your eye at first. But then you find a handwritten letter at the very back. Read it. Dear Marcius. Marcius? Maricus? Mauritius. Mauritius. I'm asking you to please accept another guild into your ranks. I know you will protest, but I am unwilling to discuss that. I assume you've read the report already, however there is a religious aspect to it that I left out, because I wanted to tell you about it off the record. They use wizards solely for military purposes. According to their beliefs, wizards must use their powers to destroy the armies of the enemy, which of course in this day and age is quite difficult. But all I'm asking you to do is to pay attention to each of these students, because once they finish their studies, they will be going straight to the battlefield. Oh my god. The Baratus Guild. Okay. Keep cleaning in silence. 20 minutes. 20 minutes? Well, I think this bookshelf is clean now. Woohoo! Then I suggest we get started on the next one. Just want to see if there's anything... Oh, the bookshelf up there that I think I need to clean. Going up the stairs. Looks like they forgot to put these books up for sale. Maybe there's something interesting here. Take a random book. You open the first book your hand falls on, flinching instinctively, waiting for the jump. But nothing happens. Dampness has made the text completely illegible. Aww. This is a shady part of the building, too damp for a library. I hate to see books treated badly like this. You put the ruined book back on the shelf. I hate it when people miss... I don't mind so much... it like dog earing, tag earing the corners of pages, but I work in a breakfast and after school club, which is brilliant and it's amazing, and one of the kids is a massive bookworm and most evenings will be found reading a book, but they leave them so that they're like that on the floor. So if I show you with my notebook, so instead of putting them down flat like that, she leaves it open on the floor like that. Now the reason I don't like that is books are basically held together by glue. Doing that strains the glue, it strains the pages then fall out. I hate it. It also really affects the spine of a book. You can tell the books that I read when I was younger, but to be fair, there's not many of them now because I just had a clear out. But basically what happened was when I was younger, I saw a lot of teachers at school doing this thing where they bent the page right back and they read it like that. And I thought that was a really grown-up thing to do. So did it with over half the books I owned and completely mullered the spines on all of them. So now I just have my Kindle, and I can do that with my Kindle because... Where did I chuck it? I was reading it earlier when the computer wouldn't work. And it's got like a nice... It's a really old Kindle. It's the original Kindle. Still works. I found out today they've stopped because I went to buy a book. It's been a while since I've done it on here, and it was like, oh no, we don't support that anymore. So then I tried to do it on my app on my phone, and it was like, oh no, we don't support it on there anymore either. So I have to boot up my computer to buy an Amazon book. But because it's got this bit, I can just flip it behind, and then I've got that. So yes, it does still work. Funnily enough, it does still live. I've taken great care of it over the years. I love my Kindle. It definitely helps when you start running low on storage space. But anyway, back to the task at hand. Oh, there's a box down there that I can look at as well, but I'll do that on the way out. Oh, excuse me. It's a dusty bookshelf that looks even dustier than the others. You sigh and start wiping the dust off the shelves, but stop when your rag catches on something. There's something scratched into the shelf. Okay, we'll have a look. These look like runes. Oh no, they're words. It says second shelf, third book from the left. 15 minutes later. Okay. Alright, this bookshelf is done. All the bookshelves are clean. Go and tell the receptionist that we're done. So what is it? Third... What is the inscription? Can I... Second shelf, third book from the left. What, here? Or up here? Probably up here. They're just shelves, aren't they? Second shelf, third book from the left. You pull out the book, you hear a click. Oh my god. Right, we'll go in there in a minute. Let me just look at the box. Oh, but there's pieces of metal. We'll take that. We'll take that. And there's some junk. Beautiful. Up the secret staircase. Oh, let's go in it. Whoa, secret library. They were given 5 years to prove the theory that the appearance of magic in our world was due to divine intervention. The theory was eventually discarded. Oh, I get to take some damp books. How lovely. Writing desk. I think some writing desks are really beautiful. There is an elegant writing desk under the staircase. It's seen better days. Examine the desk. There's a small lock on the desk drawer. Okay. Oh, a lock. That must mean there's something valuable inside. Try and open it. Oh, I haven't got any of the tools needed. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I picked up some... oh, what's it? I picked up some metal already. That might be doable. Extract that. Nah, not enough for anything. Well, pieces of metal are only for pliers, but I still need tools and a rag, so... Do you reckon I can keep the rag? Once I finish doing my cleaning. So let's go back to the receptionist, isn't it? Are you finished dusting? All done. We'll see about that. She reluctantly turns off the TV. The receptionist groans as she stands up and goes to check your work. Not bad at all. Happy to help you. Give Roderick's cage a satisfied glance. Get going now. You have a new task. I wanted to ask about the wand No time for that. Go straight to the headmaster. There was a spill in his office that needs cleaning up. Straight down the hall, then to the right. I unlocked the door for you. Ah, perfect. Let's go. Does my bucket still have water in? Yeah, cool. Awesome. Portrait hall. Whoa. There's a spot for a portrait. Yeah, we can't go to the main hall, can we? We have to go to the headmaster's office. There's a spot for a portrait, though. Wonder why there's not a portrait, though. You see an opulent, though slightly shabby altar with a magic wand sitting on a pedestal in the middle of it. I didn't think we'd get it so easily. To what? That's Kornelius's wand. The one you were supposed to find, remember? Oh, right. Well, I guess I'll just have to help the characters in the next book. There is nothing but a thick glass pane separating you from the wand. A heavy lock hangs below the panel, keeping it shut. Examine the wand. The wand looks old and the paint on it has started to peel in places. It's giving off a slight glow and a low hum. Look around. There's not a soul in the hallway. You can hear some people arguing loudly behind the door on the right. You continue scanning your surroundings and you eventually notice a surveillance camera watching you from the ceiling. Is that thing working? What is it? That thing is watching us, recording everything that happens. What do we care if it records? I think you should break the glass, grab the wand and get out of the book already. What's the hold up? Tug at the lock. I've never seen a lock like this before. The hole looks more like a spiral. I don't think a lockpick will work on it. Just break the glass. I don't want to make a lot of noise. What's gotten into you today? You're being so cautious. I told you, I'm not really a bad person. Hey, are you our new janitor? Yes. You see a middle-aged man in the doorway. Yes, I'm the janitor. I'm the one who called for you. Come into my office. He opens the door wider. I really think we should just break the glass, grab the wand, and the man starts to reach for his belt where his own wand sits in a holster. Come on, smash the case. I'm going to walk over to the man. Can you not hear me? He's pointing his wand at you. Sorry, I was lost in thought. That wand is just so gorgeous. The man slowly lowers his wand and silently waits for you to walk over to him. Oh. Come in, come in. An old man who is also in the office nods briefly at you. Well, look how modern his is compared to how old the second room is. That's mental. You found us through the job posting? Yes, I always dreamed of seeing school magic. Really, it's not often you hear something like that from a non-wizard. You don't really look like an ordinary person either, no offence. Anyways, we have a few stains to clean up here. Our former headmaster spilled a potion. He slightly accentuates the word former. I only spilled it because you distracted me. Don't pretend it was my fault. The old man seems sincere in his claim. It doesn't matter. In any case, please clean it up, please. He returns to his work. What kind of potion? Mauritius, what kind of potion was it? He doesn't look up from his desk. A magic retention potion. I don't want to lose everything my ancestors passed down to me. He grins a senile grin. I see. The headmaster responds with a sour grimace. Whispering, it's just herbal balloons of tea. Get started on the first stain. Cool. You start wiping at the first stain with a rag. The potion doesn't really budge. I heard you plan to sell everything from the geomancy department too. The geomancy symbols were shattered last year. Why would we bother keeping all that? Why indeed? That's our history. Let history stay in the past. He turns his attention back to his work. The stain is finally gone. You start on the next one. Cool. The second stain is bigger than the first, and someone has already stepped in it, spreading the potion over the floor. Whispering. First cleaning bookshelves, now cleaning the floor. What's next? The toilets? Just keep going and get it done. Once you finish, we'll go back to the wand in the hallway. Casually ask about the wand. That wand you have in the hall is so interesting. The old man starts breathing angrily and sends a vicious stare your way. The headmaster pauses for a second. Indeed. Enjoy it while it's here. What do you mean, while it's here? The headmaster tenses up. It seems like he's about to make a very painful decision. Oh yes. By the way, I wanted to warn you, Mauritius. We found a buyer for the wand. He tenses up again after he speaks. Is he talking about your client? I don't think so. The old man drops his teacup on... Oh, for God's sake. Got another puddle to bloody clear up now. The old man drops his teacup on the floor and it shatters, splashing more potion onto the floor under the desk. You must be joking. You put the symbol of our school up for sale. I actually put everything in the school up for sale. No one wants to buy most of the old junk, but a few people from the capital expressed interest in the wand. How could you? The old man's head starts shaking. Hold on, you should probably sit down. The wand. Kornelius's wand. Are you listening to me? We'll get enough money for it that we can go another 6 months without government support. Bang! You're going to regret this. I'll call a meeting of the school council to challenge it. He jumps up from his chair. The old man hurries off. He's going to take the wand. We need to stop him. Don't worry, he's gone crazy like that about 10 times this week already. Besides, only I have the key to the case. He pauses for a second, clearly regretting telling you that. While you were busy with the conversation, you seem to have finished wiping up the stains. Looks like I'm done here. Can I go? Pensively. Yes, thank you. He turns to the door. You can hear voices coming from the other side getting louder and louder. Now what's going on out there? Let me see. What is going on out there, I wonder? Okay. All sorts of junk with tea spilled on it. Beautiful. Tools, yes. Oh, tools are hard to come by in these games. Pieces of metal, stale bread. Damn it, I wanted to know if the key was still there. Raining. Oh my gosh. What's going on here? A crowd of people has gathered in the hall. They are whispering among themselves, looking at the altar in the middle of the room. It's the wand, headmaster, sir. Kornelius's wand is gone. Fucking hell. Might be blanked out for him, it ain't for me. Damn it, the client asked me not to lose track of it. I told you. Everyone looks at you, not speaking. Alright then. He turned toward the gathered crowd. Who saw it last? I think it was you, right, Sir Mauritius? You left the office and then you must have walked right past it. But it was there at the time. That's if we can take your word for it. Do you have any reason not to believe me? Indeed, especially when it comes to the theft of school property. Do you think I don't know about your secret stash under the library? The only one stealing here is you, giving away our heritage. Just admit you stole it and put it back where it belongs. I didn't touch it. The headmaster looks at the camera mounted on the ceiling. We'll see if that's true, but for now, take note. I'm ordering a total lockdown of the school. No one goes in or out. And all the teachers present, and you as well, ma'am. He nods to the receptionist. And you too. He quickly points at you. But definitely not you. He points at the former headmaster. All of you, start searching for the wand. Yes, sir. Everyone he indicated responds as one. Yes, sir. You're a little slow to speak and it sounds silly. Alright then, everyone, get to it. Okay, cool, my microphone isn't picking up the rain. I'm going to check the surveillance camera footage, but that will take some time. I'll be in my office. If you so much as try to leave the school, I'll have the police after you. I'll be in my office. The crowd disperses. So what do we do now? We're going to find the wand. You furiously straighten the collar of your coat. Damn it, I should have just taken it. Right, what have we got here? Tools. Oh, portrait. Let's have a look at the portrait. See a portrait of a man with bandaged hands, or rather what's left of his mangled wrists. How awful. That's one of the old headmasters. Back in his day, wizards didn't wield wands. They held the spells in their hands to cast them like real men, which of course didn't protect them from the consequences of a spell gone wrong. I see. Okay, so I can't talk to anyone, so let's have a look at this empty case. An empty pedestal, okay. There's a portrait missing though, isn't there? Yeah. So what, can we go into the main hall? teacher there. Stop right there. I'm just the janitor. I'm just the janitor. Who are you? I'm just the janitor. I guess the school really is out of money. Can't even hire normal people. See that teacher over there with the glasses? Go tell him they moved his class to the room downstairs. You don't need to be a genius to realise that the students are plotting something. They're giggling and glancing around, and one of them is holding a padlock. Oh, come on, help us play a trick on him. It's just a fun little tradition. What do we do? He's asking for help, and we promised to help everyone. I don't think this counts. They're clearly up to no good. Why are you thinking so hard? It's just a harmless prank. We're going to lock him in the basement for like 10 minutes, then let him out. I mean, just look at him, coming in here all full of himself. He's planning to teach wizards, but he's not even a wizard. You don't think the man in the cheap suit looks particularly arrogant, but maybe it's more obvious to the students. I'll think about it. So that's stairs up, that's stairs down. The students, dormitories, bookshelves. Let's... can I go back in the headmaster's office? Maybe he'll tell us what happened. Oh, he's not here. Do you reckon he's in his hiding place? The school's headmaster is watching his desktop screen tensely. Peek at the desktop. On the screen you see a processing video window and a small progress bar below it that says 0.02%. Oh mate, I feel your pain. Sighs heavily. There we go. He jumps up. You look at the screen and see that the number has changed to 0.021. Oh, I feel that. Last week our internet went tits up. It went really bad, and it literally took me... So I got Baldur's Gate last weekend. Well, the weekend before when you guys watched this. And I was like, yes, I can play it. Like, it'll be fine. I bought it Saturday. I was like, yep, I'll install it Saturday. It'll be ready to play Sunday. It literally took all of Saturday and Sunday to install. It was really long. It's going to take some time. We'll probably know who stole it in a week or so. She'll probably get back to the search. Yeah, I'll get back to looking into the wand, indeed. Right, so the old headmaster isn't in there then. So that's a bit annoying. Let's go into the library. Might talk to the lady in a minute as well. Did I get enough stuff to build something? Oh, I can craft a lockpick. Yes. That means we can go down the stairs there and pick the lock that's in the writing desk, which then should hopefully give us a bit more of an idea about what it is we need to do next. Pick the lock. The lock turns out to be a simple one, and you quickly open it using the lockpick. Finds a bottle and a ring. Perfect. All completely useless. Oh no. Empty bottle's good for crafting. Okay. I'm going to quickly get rid of my task manager thing, because the game's actually behaving now. I don't need it anymore. Okie dokie. So we've got... Okay, so let's go here and just quickly... So we can make a bottle of ink. Always handy to have, I guess. Yeah, I need to find some more stuff. Cool. Oh, that's it, there we go. Okay, let's talk to the receptionist. I don't have time right now for you right now, young man. I'm incredibly busy. Have you seen anything suspicious? It's the janitor who keeps poking his nose into things that aren't his business. You should help me find our missing student instead. A missing student? A second year and one quite lacking in the wits department. What's his name? Mendes. Okay, last name? He's part of the Ziblik Guild. They don't have last names. She looks at you mistrustfully. What does he look like? Like an ordinary student. Oh, for God's sake. So helpful. You might know more about him. His friends are always smoking in the bathroom. You let them do that? It's not my problem. My job is to keep unwanted types from walking into the school. Is there anyone else who might have seen him? I don't know. Maybe the mover's outside. Why are you so sure he's in the school? Because the school is locked down. Oh, yeah. He must be somewhere on school property. I don't have any more questions. Headmaster tasked me with finding the wand. Congratulations. Okay, I won't interrupt you. Let's go to the restroom then. And see if the students are smoking. Yep, they're in there. Several students are smoking in the toilet stall. You lean against the wall to eavesdrop on their conversation. Apollo is such a traitor. The whole school was talking about him yesterday. What'd he do? He lit the candle, if you can believe it, with his wand. You see a puff of smoke. Yeah, no way. Even the headmaster can't do anything like that now. The new one, definitely not. Or he tried to match his... Or he tied a match to his wand, more likely. Just like Mendes did, remember? Where'd he go, anyway? Mendes? He was in the infirmary, last I heard. Yeah, sure, all cosy under a blanket. I bet he got the hell out of here like he planned. Hadn't seen him since this morning. Thought he was all talk, but I guess not. Here's the cigarette butts being put out marks the end of the conversation. The voices fall silent and the door opens. You press yourself against the wall so they don't notice you. Someone named Mendes who ran away from school. You think he took our wand? We need to check. Hopefully he hasn't gone far yet. Let's see if we can find an infirmary. That might be quite handy. Because if he was in the infirmary, then we'd know his checkout time. That's a dormitory, dormitory, dormitory. Stairs up. Where do they go? Upper hallway, classroom, classroom. Secretive teacher, quarters, quarters. Daughter cellar, laboratory. Okay, so we'll go upstairs. Excuse me, we'll go to oh god. We'll go outside then. I can't seem to find an infirmary. So if we go outside, and then we can talk and see if they saw anyone. Two movers are sitting on cardboard boxes and smoking. Their boxes are bowing under their weight. Greet them. Hello. The movers slowly turn their heads towards you, pause for a second, then turn back. My back's about to give out from lugging all this junk around. I told you to wear a belt, didn't I? He slaps his belly, which is wrapped in a sturdy leather belt. The lanky mover flicks his lighter lazily and brings the flame close to a tiny metal seal holding the cardboard box closed. In an instant, the melted seal falls to the ground. What do we have here? He rummages amongst the paper-wrapped school equipment in the box. Oh, yeah. The lanky one takes something out of the box. It's glowing and made of glass. What the hell do you want with that piece of crap? I don't know. I'll keep it as a souvenir. It'll light up my house. Step in. Hey, you, put that back. Who the hell are you, ugly? I take what I want. I've spent the whole day dealing with these boxes of yours here. I deserve a little present. Put it back. This is your last warning. The mover doesn't seem very scared. Roll up your sleeves. Let's show him, Nikki. Alright. He jumps up from the box. I don't want to, like, really hurt them. Okay. He's going to be idle this time. So we'll slash him. Slash him. There we go. Done. You're one tough idiot, damn it. The mover slowly gets up from the ground. Fine, you win. He closes the pilfered box and puts it back in its place. That's better. The movers glare at you angrily from under furrowed brows. Have you seen a kid? A kid? His name's Mendes. He ran away from school and might have taken something important with him. The lanky mover coughs loudly. Nope, I haven't seen him. Students hang around out here sometimes. They go around the corner to smoke, but I haven't seen any today. The lanky mover rubs his aching chest. Do whatever you want, idiot. Well, let's just have a look. Not even a child would fit in these boxes. Boxes are taped shut, clearly been here for a while. Boxes sit on the ground ready to be shipped out. They're wrapped in plastic ties. You look at the movers, they won't see you here. Try and open the box. You try and tear free the plastic ties with your hands, but you're unsuccessful. Right, I need to cut them with pliers. Okay, come back when we find pliers. You open the torn box, nothing but old junk. A long row of boxes sits alongside the truck. Examine. No one here, just ordinary boxes. Hang on, look at that one down there. You notice the tape of one of the boxes has come off. It seems to have been opened already. You look questioning at the movers, and the lanky one smirks at you and nods. You move all the junk aside and open the box with no tape. Shh, don't give me away. A scrawny, scared-looking boy is sitting in the box with a frightened look in his eyes. His robes are covered with crumbs and sawdust. You're Mendes, I assume. Huh? How do you know my name? What are you doing in there? I'm hiding. I see that. Why? I want to get out of this school. You give him a reproachful look. All we do here is waste time. Everyone else is doing real stuff, going to college or work or whatever. Just my luck I was born with these powers. He looks at his hands. Where's Kornelius' wand? What wand? What's that got to do with me? Stop playing dumb. Why did you steal the wand? I didn't take anything. The student opens his robe and starts showing you his pockets, revealing nothing but half a loaf of bread. Looks like he's telling the truth. He's just a student who wants to drop out of school. Well, I still had to check. Alright, come out of there. Wait, why should I come out? Don't make me go back. You glance over at the movers. They aren't paying any attention to you, and it doesn't seem like they heard anything. Leave me in the box. Let them take me away from the school. Are you sure you've thought this through? What do you know about it anyway? You've been here for 2 years, and you want all that to be for nothing. 2 years, 3 years, what does it matter? Even 10 years here wouldn't get me anywhere. You at least have some kind of plan? Of course, I'm going to go see my uncle. He said, he'll help me find work, so I should have no problem getting on my feet. Okay, Mendes, it's your choice. Since you don't have the wand, I couldn't care less about your other stuff. Close the box and walk away. It's one less mystery now, plus we definitely helped him, wouldn't you say? Well, according to the plot, he ended up having a pretty good life outside the school. Nice. Oh. Okay. That. I don't know how much that. I'll wait until I'm really low down. Right, so I guess then it's just exploring everywhere else now then, isn't it? We'll go this way. Okay, what are we going to do about this teacher? Excuse me, could you help me, sir? The man dressed in a classic modern suit stands in front of you. His outfit seems very out of place for this in this old-fashioned school of magic. You met him earlier. Ah, it's someone by the reception desk. Who are you? I teach a programming class here. His chest puffs out a little. A programming class? A school of magic? The city administration wants to start converting the school of magic since symbols are going out. Right. My class is supposed to start any minute now, but I can't find my classroom. Everyone I ask keeps pointing me in a different direction. Where do we send the man? I get why the kids would want to pull a prank on him because, like, it's the government that are getting rid of all the classes and everything. So I get that. Oh, let's send him the right way. Send him to the second floor. Oh my, are you sure? So many people told me to go check the basement. Trust me, you definitely shouldn't check the basement. Teacher looks over at a nearby group of students. Alright, thank you then. See you around. You nod, not taking your eyes off the group of students, who now look quite annoyed. There we go. Mikhail? Is that what that said? You're a tall, smiling boy in front of you. What a day, huh? The boy seems entertained by everything that's happening. He extends a hand to you. My name's Mikhail. Shake his hand. 19. Nice to meet you. You're our new janitor, right? More like janitor/detective. The headmaster tasked me with finding the lost wand. You and the whole rest of the school, yeah. But I wouldn't expect the teachers to be in any sort of hurry to find it. Isn't the wand dangerous? It's hard to say. We have no idea what spell was being held inside it. There was a spell inside it too. I can explain to you if you want. Yeah, explain. When we want to summon a spell, he pulls out his wooden wand. We speak the name of a sign, which draws the spell into our wand. Veritas. His wand starts glowing very faintly. Now I can use this spell at any time just by flicking my wand. He swipes his wand gently, almost like a paintbrush, and the slightest wisp of steam rises from the tip. Whoa. The problem is no one knows what spell was being held inside the Kornelius wand. He put his wand back in his belt. And since Kornelius studied the most powerful spells and experimented with combining them, it could be something incredibly dangerous. Thanks for explaining it to me. But hey, maybe he just had a spell to chill his drinks in there. The student flashes a briefest smile. You know he might have stolen the wand. I don't, but to be honest, there's a lot of weird stuff happening in the school lately. One of the old teachers is acting strange. This morning one of the second-year students disappeared. There are rumours going around about undead in the walls, all kinds of stuff. Did he say undead? Tell me more. Sure, what do you want to hear more about? Tell me about the old teacher. Hold on, I never said I suspected anyone of stealing the wand, although... Mikhail rubs his chin thoughtfully. You're probably right. When there are no good leads, you have to look into everyone. Who did you ask me about? The teacher? I haven't seen that teacher in a long time myself, but they say he's stopped showing up for his lectures and spends his time hiding in abandoned classrooms. Sounds suspicious. He has a daughter by the way, who usually works down in the laboratory. She might be able to tell you some more. Thanks, I'll check it out. I'm afraid I don't know anything else about him. Mikhail shifts his weight back and forth. What's going on with the missing student? It's nothing really, just some bad student no one can find. I think he probably ran away. It happens every semester. Why is that? The School of Magic isn't really all that prestigious nowadays. We could be studying to be lawyers or going to military school instead. Where do you think I should look? I don't know him, but I saw the receptionist putting up some flyers about the search. You should ask her. Undead in the walls. I think it's just a school legend. Mikhail pauses, gathering his thoughts, then continues. Now that I think about it, people have been talking about them a lot lately. You should ask the students in the dorms, they might know more. Okay. He is very shifty though, isn't he? Oh, where is he now? He ran away from school, but he didn't have the wand. I feel that. Did you find anything else? Walk away. Oh, okay, so as I find stuff out, I can go and talk to him. Nice. The wand, did something happen to it? There's a student there. Some nerd. Book and paper. Go in the dormitories. Oh, there's a table there. Oh, candy and apples. Yes, please. Student there. Let's talk to that student. Must gather all leads for the missing wand. The other girls should be back by now. Oh, okay. Some missing people. Interesting. And this one. Table. Tools and chalk. Lovely. What does chalk do? Or is it a junk? It's junk. I thought they were going to do a homage to Harry Potter with the candy. But it's just berry flavoured. Shady student. Oh, in the green common room, of course. What do you want? See a shifty looking student, the frame of a giant portrait. Oh, he stole the portrait. What's that you've got there? You point at the picture. Nothing, it's none of your business. Decided to steal painting from the school? Student looks at you suddenly. So what's with the picture? Get lost, I said it's none of your business. Splash him with a bucket of water. This isn't the first teenager you've come across who also thinks he's hot stuff. Rolling your eyes, you tilt the bucket and splash dirty water right into his arrogant little face. What's wrong with you? Are you insane? The incident student is shocked, but still looks at you intently and blocks your way to the painting. Get the hell out of here. He shoves backwards. Plain eyes. Alright. No one else has to know. You wink. Did you find something interesting? What's the deal with the painting? You wink again. The student looks around nervously. Marty swore this painting would open some kind of secret cache. Marty? The guy in my guild. He came back one evening with the painting, all scared, and asked to go home right away. I think someone or something bit him. Secret cache. You have to hang the painting somewhere, but he didn't say where exactly. Though he didn't see the huge space in the wall of the main hall where the portrait was clearly missing. How about I go find where to hang it myself? What if there's something valuable in there and I miss out on it? What if there's something dangerous in there? You can deal with it yourself. Fine, tell me what you want in exchange for the picture. Oh, now you're talking. Get me a strong drink. You want me to get drinks for an underage kids? I'm 25. And why are you still in school? Figure it out yourself. I was held back a few times in my second year. Fine, I'll think about it. Yeah, you do that. Oh, okay, so we need to find him a drink. Well, I need to find him a drink, though. I don't remember seeing, like, a canteen or anything. Let's go in the last dorm. Oh, a lit fireplace. Let's have a look. The heat from the fireplace assaults your face. It's so stuffy in here. It's summer. Why would the fireplace be lit? Examine. An ordinary fireplace above it. Above it you see a symbol that looks like a lion. I wonder what that means. Angry flames burn in the fire pit. Okay. Let's talk to the quiet girl. The girl shrinks back into her bed. Your appearance seems to frighten her. Don't be afraid. I'm just the new janitor. I look like this because I never listened to the grown-ups. The girl lets out a tense giggle. Ask about the undead. Have you heard any rumours about undead in the walls? No. There are no friends in the walls. She whirls around to look at the fireplace, then turns back to you. Friends? What the heck was that? Why don't you look at the fireplace? Is there something there? The girl shakes her head frantically. There's definitely something there. We should check it out. Look inside the fireplace. The papers on your head start to curl up from the heat and the sparks fly dangerously close to you. You can't see anything beyond the bright flames. You can't make out anything through the bright flames, but you suddenly hear far off voices. What's this? How did they get here? There's someone there. Hey, can you hear me? Silence. All you hear is the pop and crackle of the unburnt wood in the fireplace. I don't know how, but we need to get inside. Okay, well we're going to have to figure that out another time, because I do not have anything for that. Let's go down. I'm looking at the boxes. Ah, oh, pieces of metal. Barrel. And a rag and a crowbar piece. Door to the cellar is locked. Lovely. Go in the laboratory. Probably go and make some stuff in a minute as well. Oh, no, there's a workshop here. I wouldn't touch that. You slowly back away from the large flask full of dark coloured gas. What is that? Ammonia gas? What's it for? I'm studying it. You're studying smoke in a jar. Actually, it's quite unique. It's the only synogen gas. What kind of gas? Gas that originates from signs. On the wall covered in symbols that create spells? Well, not so covered now. They allowed us to create fireballs and lightning bolts, all those party tricks that wizards are so interested in, and boring, strange ammonia gas. Practically no one has studied it. Okay, whatever you say. Gas is gas. What's so special about it? You casually jab a finger at the jar. The fact that it turns people into dull students? No, into the undead. Their skin gets all covered in something charred-looking and black. Oh my god. They're overcome by a mysterious and highly contagious disease, and according to my calculations, it might even start a whole epidemic. Fine, I won't touch it. And therefore I'm petitioning for the use of the ammonia sign to be forbidden, just like the signs that have been shattered already. She adjusts the glasses on the bridge of her nose. How did you get it? Hold on, if it's so dangerous, then maybe you shouldn't... Haven't you heard enough reasons not to touch the jar? He doesn't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah. Okay. I will talk to her. Sorry, the laboratory's occupied right now. Turns to you and freezes. On 1/3 of her concern is at your behaviour, another third is at your appearance, but there's something else underneath. I've been tasked with finding Kornelius's wand, and I wanted to look around in here. Are you alright? Sorry if I scared you. No, it's fine. She turns around and pretends to be busy with work, but her hands are shaking slightly. Do you know anything about the missing wand? About what? Kornelius's wand. It was stolen today. Oh. No, I don't know anything. Her hands start shaking even harder. Stop pushing her. Fine. Listen, I can see something's worrying you. Maybe I can help. I won't tell anyone. You can trust me. The girl turns around and looks at you. Her eyes are full of doubt. One of the teachers here is my father. He's been acting really strange recently. I'm worried that he got caught up in something bad. I'd be grateful if you could find out what's happening with him. He turns to you again, but keeps her eyes on the floor. Got it. I'll go look for the strange teacher. There's so much stuff. Let's see what we can make. We extract all of that. I want the pliers, please. Oh, I need more crowbar parts. Oh, I have pliers. What was it that I needed to do with pliers? There was something I needed to do with pliers. What did I need to do with pliers? Was it this? No, that was a key, wasn't it? There was something that I needed to open. There was a box outside, wasn't there, that needed to be opened with pliers? Let's go. Sure, there was a box outside that was plier related. And then there might... Oh, there could be a drink in the box and then I get the picture, maybe. Should really make notes, actually. I'm just thinking I should probably make, like, to-do lists when I play games like this because I get so stuck. Okay. Wrapped up plastic ties. Cut the ties with pliers. Rope, trash, papers. Oh. That was it? God's sake. Yeah, I think next time we go into, I make a note of all the stuff that I need to do. So I don't really need to do that anymore. Because we went in there and got from there what we needed. So it's just the top floor now, I guess? And we haven't got any keys yet, so once we get some keys, we can do some other bits. Stairs up, please. Noisy car. Let's talk to the teacher. Let's see, I think this is the room. He checks the papers he's holding one more time, then goes into the classroom. Okay. Go in here. Candle. Excuse me, the teacher peers at your ID badge. No one called for the janitor. The students turn to look at you and start giggling. Yeah, leave. Come back later. Okay, so there's a candle. Don't have anything to light the candle with. It looks like it's already lit. Hey, what do I know? I'll look at the teacher's desk. Drawers of the teacher's desk catches your eye. You pull on it, but it's locked. If the drawer is closed, there must be something useful in there. Let's pick the lock. The whole lock is quite small and it doesn't fit inside. Oh, I need the crowbar. Oh, that's so sad. And craft more of these. Lovely. Attic door. Door is locked. Okay. Oh, Julia, janitor, have a seat if you'd like. We've just started. Now we'll skip the lecture. I like the fact it gives you the option that you can sit and do stuff, or you don't have anything to light the candle with. There's still some students here. Not so sure about this programming thing. Teacher is stupid and so is this lecture. Oh, more tools. Apple and candy. I can't talk to this person. Teacher thumbs through his folders of documents. You again, did you enjoy the lecture? Did you steal the wand? You, someone who hates wizards, showed up at the school and the wand went missing this very same day. Pretty suspicious. Hold on just 1 second now. First things first. Why should I have to explain myself to the janitor anyways? Headmaster put me personally in charge of the search. Is that so? And why do you think I hate wizards? You're not a wizard. Everyone who's not a wizard hates wizards. For your information, my grandfather was a wizard. He studied here and was in the Imperial Guild. But my family's magical heritage stopped there. My father didn't inherit any abilities. And that's why you hate wizards and wants to ruin their lives. Not at all. In fact, that's the reason why I decided to do something far more important and study programming. He sounds annoyed. We're watching you. Need the key to the storage room. Odd that janitor doesn't have his own keys. He reaches into the endlessly deep pockets of his jacket and searches around and finally hands you a brass key. Here you go, they gave it to me today. Thanks. Then we go to the storage room. Open the door with the key. Oh, I'm in. Another candle. Why are there so many candles? Oh, another writing desk. Oh, 2 crowbar parts. How many is that? 3. Okay. I need 2 more. Slightly annoying, but okay. I might only have the chance to do this one today. I was like, oh yeah, they're about an hour each, and now I'm like, our schedules, the Imperials have less than the others. Oh, okay. Secretive teacher, who be you? Punch man in teacher's uniform stand motionless by the door. Whispering something incomparable, touch his shoulders. No, not touch his shoulder, listen. 1 extinguished, 2 extinguished, 3 extinguished, 4 extinguished, 5 extinguished. 1 extinguished, 2 extinguished, 3 extinguished. Are you alright? Silence. Touch his shoulder. Just be careful. As soon as you touch the man's shoulder, he pushes you away and quickly hides behind the door. How rude. You hear the locks closing on the other side. First one click, then a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. With each click, the emblems depicting candles on your side of the door turn. Look at the floor. On the spot where the teacher was standing, you find a small gold-plated lighter. We have to go around and light everything. Examine the door. The door looks like a work of art. In the middle of the door, you see 5 emblems depicting candles. They're upside down now. It's locked. Okay. What could he possibly have with the wand? I haven't found that in the text yet, so we should check. Okay. So let's go back and light all the candles. There was a candle there. It's like the ones we saw on the teacher's door. Light it with the lighter. Impressive. Cool. Yeah, it's glowing. I've got to find loads of candles. So there was a candle here. And then there was a candle in here. Okay. Oh. What? What the what? Barrel of alcohol. That's what the student needed. I was wondering, could you avoid spending money on food in the real world since you can eat and drink in a book? Like I said before, everything I take out of books doesn't last, I remember. You'd be taking the food out of the book inside you. It still works the same way. It just dissolves inside of me, which doesn't feel particularly pleasant, by the way. So you've tried, only with alcohol. Oh, that's a very fun way to sober up. Just have all the alcohol just drain from your system. Okay, so we've done that lot then. So... yes, we've got 3 out of that. Oh, is this the headmaster's quarters? Briefcase has to be here for a reason. Old habits die hard. Decide to steal the headmaster's papers. Call it writer's intuition. There's something important inside. Not every prop is a Chekhov's gun. Try to force the briefcase open with your bare hands, but it makes a traitorous creaking sound. Shh! Do you want the headmaster to hear you? Damn. Picklock. Set the lockpick into the briefcase lock and try to be as quiet as you can. It really was not worth it, really, was it? There's another candle. All like that. More crowbar pieces, yes. Let's talk to the old headmaster, bless him. The old headmaster is digging through papers on his desk and doesn't pay attention to you. Did you steal the wand? Nonsense, why would I do such a thing? You didn't want the wand to be sold, and so you decided that it was the best way to protect it. Look out there, he points at the window. A densely populated city full of tall buildings and almost block out the sky. High up in the sky above you can just barely make out lines that look like symbols. So those are the signs. Yes, and they're written there for us. He places a hand on his chest. Not for them. He indicates the city. Huge letters in the sky that shine for us. But now, he clenches his fists. They're trying to bring us down to the level of ordinary humans, to their level. It doesn't matter if it's the wand or the books or even our damn quill pens. I don't want to give them anything. Because we were made for great things. He prods at his chest. And they were not. This was our world. He pounds his fist against the desk. The headmaster turns away from you and continues digging through the papers on his desk. What do you know about the undead in the walls? It's an old school legend they're just made up. Made up creatures, there's been a lot of talk about them lately. Well, you know, uncertain times, rumours start flying. Pay them no mind. Master turns away. How do I put out the fire in the fireplace? Found a strange fireplace in one of the dorms. How do I put it out? Why do you want to put it out? I suspect the one thief might be hiding behind the fireplace. The fireplace has a water rejection spell on it, if I remember correctly. The students used to always put it out as a prank, so we decided to put an end to that. How do I get rid of that magic? You can't. The sign of cleansing magic was destroyed about 2 years ago, and I don't know anything else that would help. Alright, I'll find another way. Well, that wasn't very helpful, was it? Okay. Oh, I need to find one more. Quarters. Whose quarters? Oh, teacher's quarters. Chalk and an apple. Talk to the teacher. Hello. Louisa glances up at you quickly. Are you a teacher here? I teach the first years the sign alphabet, and I conduct my own research in my free time. What's that you have there? Point at the strange device on his desk. It's just an ordinary astral linograph. We use them to decipher the signs. Are you trying to discover new signs since the old ones are being shattered? It's more like I'm trying to combine them. Combine them? You see, it seems the wizard has been wanting to share his discoveries with someone for a long time. Listen to him. The signs are on the barrier, and I insist it will be called a barrier, not a wall, because the primary function of these structures is protecting the world inside from the destructive force outside. Destructive force? Some kind of creature or being is trying to break down the barrier of symbols and supposedly bring an end to all life inside. All 9 planets will perish, including our own. Okay. So I believe that all the symbols on the barrier are a kind of message, and it may be an answer to how we can stop the destruction. Our goal is to decipher this message and not just use its power letter by letter as we're used to doing. And you're the first one who realised that the letters on the wall barrier, that the letters on the barrier might form words. No, there was also Kornelius, but I think most wizards are too busy studying what the symbols can give us right now, in the moment. Long-term effects and tasks have always just been passed off on to the next generation. Did you say Kornelius? I just so happened to be looking for Cornelius's wand. Have you heard about its disappearance? Yes, Cornelius was the last wizard I remember who was interested in the meanings behind the symbols, but I was never able to find his work, and his wand itself has no inherent value. It's a paradox. And what have you managed to find out? Firstly, the radius of the barrier available to us is not all that big. We only see a small portion of the symbols. The sun alone blocks half our field of vision. All the symbols beyond -1 degree can't be viewed without going blind. It's possible that the creators of the barrier were expecting all 9 planets to work together to decipher the message. But despite these difficulties, I've been able to decipher 2 words. Wow. Property of... is that all? Yes. Property of. Property of who? He shrugs. Okay. So I don't think there's anything else that I can talk to him about, is there? No. Okie dokie. Oh, no, the candle. There we go. Can now get into that room. And then afterwards we'll go give the student his alcohol. Made all his books fall off. Secretive teacher. The man is on his knees amidst the scattered papers covered in different variations of the same symbol. That's the healing magic symbol. I knew right away that you were from the Inquisition. Do with me what you will, I no longer care. I tried everything. He sits down heavily on the floor and starts slowly balling up sheets of paper with scribbled writing all over them. I tried shifting the coordinates of the symbol by the lowest possible degree. That's 3 years in wizard jail. Picked up a new piece of paper. I tried using regeneration magic on the symbol. That was stupid. I admit I have no idea what I hoped would happen. Pulls up the new paper. That's 1 year of community service. Damn it, I even tried to buy a wand with a healing spell inside it, but you can't find them anymore. That's 2 years of hard labour. The man raises his eyes to you, and you see that his face is literally covered in strange, painful-looking cracks. I never saw a disease like that in all my years of practice. So were you a doctor? I believe so. The man notices your janitor ID badge and freezes. Wait a minute, you're not from the Inquisition? No. And just who in the hell are you? Your daughter is worried about you. She asked me to check on you and see how you were. And judging by all this, you're not great. Yes, you're right. Out of all the damn symbols out there, the one that was keeping me alive was shattered. What should I tell your daughter? It's best if she doesn't see me like this. Tell her I left the school and nothing else. Did you steal Cornelius's wand? The wizard looks at you in surprise. What? Cornelius's wand? Why would I steal that? I don't know. Maybe it would help you. What if there's healing magic being held inside of it? Even if there was, one spell would only last me a week. Then the sickness would come back. I finally found this chapter in the text. He has nothing to do with the wand. He's a maid wizard who dies at the end of the book. Good timing. Do you need help? There's no use. He clenches his teeth and convulsions pass through his body. What's wrong with you? This is a process that affects a rare type of wizard. They call us maid wizards, since we weren't born with particles of magic in our blood. We obtained that blood through artificial means, and now my body is rejecting that blood, and there's nothing that can suppress the reaction. Can't you just drain the magic blood back? It's been inside of me for 37 years. I can't get rid of it that easily. My whole body's infused with magic, and now I'm going to pay for it. Try to cure him. Yeah, I want to try. The wizard sits down on the floor, eyes closed. You slowly approach him and sit down next to him. Give him some of my blood. A drop of your blood falls into the wizard's hand. What the? The wizard pulls his hand back sharply. Don't move. Let me finish. Rewrite his illness. You concentrate and a stream of ink jumps from your fingers into the teacher's hand where it instantly absorbed. Suddenly the shackles around your wrists give off a burning coldness. What kind of magic is this? Still not enough, he needs more. Are you sure he'll be alright? I hope so. I can't go on, I'm sorry. I understand. Right, let me just quickly have one of these. And I need... There we go. All back. All better. I want to have a look in the box. A ring and an empty bottle. Beautiful. Is that literally all that's in here? Okay. To the boy. With the alcohol that I have. Oh, which one was he in? That one. have you found out anything that the teacher didn't do it? Oh, you found him what was wrong with him. He was sick, but he didn't touch the wand. Mikhail sighs in relief. Glad to hear it. That's one less suspect, right? Did you find out anything else? Nope. Let me go to this dormitory before I get sidetracked with something else. What have we got? What have we got? Shady student, look what I have for you. Yeah, here you go. Took you long enough. Are you going to take it or am I leaving? Yeah, I'll take it. What was it you wanted? The painting? Go on, it's ugly art anyway. He pulls out the huge portrait from under the bed. Thanks, careful with the wine. Right, let's go put the portrait back on the wall. That's that door. It's rain, like the rain has stopped and it's literally so stuffy now. Okay, so it's gonna go here. Portrait slides right into place. Oh, the hell? Secret room? Oh god, you suddenly stopped dead in your tracks. Undead. Oh god, did I make any noise I haven't noticed just yet? Oh, but I want the stuff. Call out to the undead. Hey, are you those undead Milkai was talking about? The dark silhouettes raise their heads and turn to you. Why did you do that? Now we can't run away. The undead are headed straight for you. Well, I want to know what's in the room. Right, two of them are going to hit me, so... They're all going to hurt me, so we'll just do that. Oh, that's two hits. That's more hits again, so we'll stun them all again. And they're all going to hit me again, so another stun. They're all going to hit me. Let's have another bottle of my elixir thing. And we will stun. Perfect. Oh god. They not die? Oh, I want that to be 3. Do you reckon it's like destroy the leader and then we're okay? Heal all? Oh no. Nah, mate. Nah. Nah, nah, nah. We'd have to get rid of them all in the same turn. Okay, cool. What's in the chest? Coins in a ring. Lovely. Oh, the undead has stuff on them. Should I gain? I'll look at it once I'm safely out of that room. Not really anything, really, did I? I don't really know what to do next, to be fair. Let's go talk to the headmaster, see if he's got anything else for us to do. I found a strange fireplace. The flames don't react to water at all. There's clearly magic involved. I think the one thief might be hiding in the passageway behind the flames. That's an old school trick. He rolls his eyes. Someone decided it'd be funny to use rejection magic on the fire in the fireplace. And when I say someone, I mean the former headmaster in his younger years. That's how water rejection magic works. You can't put out the fire with water specifically. Understood, sir. So I can use anything that's not water. Where's the old headmaster? In his office, not to let him out. Okay. Isn't that dangerous? He might have a really powerful wand on him. No, he's more afraid of that wand than anything. Even if he did steal it, he wouldn't risk using it. Headmaster scowls, but that doesn't mean he'll get away with it. If you find out that he has the wand, let me know right away. Okay. Get back to looking for the wand. Yeah, I can't really go through any of his stuff. So I need to find something that's not water. Alcohol? No, alcohol makes flames worse. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I could go make my crowbar actually, couldn't I? There's a few things that maybe needed a crowbar. Crowbar, thank you, Carlos. Okay. Now that I have the crowbar, what was it I needed to crowbar again? There's nothing in the restroom that needed crowbarring. Nothing in the headmaster's thing. Must be something this way. Down here? Is it here? The door to the cellar, maybe? No, that one was just a key one. Oh, I need to update her on her dad, don't I? Found him, but it's better for you not to see him. What's wrong with him? He has some serious health problems. We'll leave it at that. I'll decide for myself if I want to see him or not. Where is he? The door with the candle emblems on it. He's in there. The girl drops her unfinished potion and runs out of the basement. Oh, do you reckon there's anything here that I can take to... I don't think there is really, is there? Need to find what I said I'd use my crowbar for. Sure there was something. Was it in one of the dormitories? I don't know how to do anything with that fireplace yet, can I? I don't think there was anything in the dormitories actually. It must be... Oh, maybe it was the door in that first classroom that we didn't go in. I'll go in there as well and see how she's getting on in a minute. Was it this door? The attic door? Was that one that I could... No, that one just said the door's locked. Okay. Sucks. Okay, let's go in here and see how they're doing. Oh, did she not? Did she not come by? I thought she was gonna come by. Actually, can we... Oh, now vertical. Oh. I've actually been in here multiple times. Yeah, no, I can't really do any more, can I? Tried to heal him, but it takes too much out of me. Okay, so what do we do next then? Was there anything in here that I could... No. Was there anything in here that I needed a crowbar for? I made one, so I would like to use it. Is it in here? Got in the storage room. Nope. Let's ask for a hint. Come on, Roderick. What should I do next? One of the characters stole the wand, but who? The undead in the walls. We need to find a way to put out the fire. Any ideas? Oh, we need to go back to the real world and find a fire extinguisher. Okay. Thank you for the tip, Roderick. Right. Oh, crap. Yes, hello. Well, do you have the wand yet? Not yet. I only just started the book. Well, snap to it. The client's been calling me asking me about it. Why such a rush? There's a lot of money at stake, Walker, a lot. Alright, I'll try and speed things up. Get going. Hangs up. Okay, I think the fire extinguisher. Is that my phone again? Get your one, just leave me alone. Quist? Oh, yes, that's me. Calling for the Writers Police Department. Were you not notified that you'd be contacted for questioning? I was notified. Well, more like about your neighbour. Old Henry? We can't reveal his name over the phone. But it's not anyone named Henry. Talking about the man who lived on the first floor of your building. What do I have to do with it? Or the Writers Police, for that matter? Didn't you know your neighbour was a writer? What? So you never talked to him? No. All this time he was a writer. He recently finished working off his sentence and became a free writer once again. Over a few days ago he was found... I think it will be more appropriate to discuss these details in person when you're available for a visit. Don't really have time for that right now. How about noon tomorrow? That works. We'll see you then. Hangs up. What? What? The mystery deepens. Right, so a fire extinguisher will probably be downstairs. Ah, that's where they were. Okay. Fire extinguisher at all? Or is that something my neighbour's going to have again? Probably my neighbour, isn't it? Because I always seem to go to them. At least once a story. Okay, this one. Excuse me, are you home? Silence. Not Carter. Seems like the old man's not home. Okay. Puts me in a bit of a bind then, doesn't it? Oh, we can enter the kitchen. Big bread. Nothing really changed after renovations. Yep. Smells like burnt bacon. An apple. Nice. You'd think in the kitchen there would be a fire extinguisher. Hello, sorry to bother you. Excuse me, I really need the key to the storage room. Please, I can hear that you're in there. I need the fire extinguisher, but it's locked inside a locked case. Trying to help you too. Time is running out. We're all going to burn alive. Oh, hello? I don't smell smoke. Where's this fire going on about? In my apartment, it just started. I'm not lying. I think something happened with the writing. Would you want me to wait around until my apartment burns down? Then will you believe me? And the flames spread into the hallway and your apartment catches fire too? Alright, don't have to yell. Just bring it back later. Oh, madam, we don't bring stuff back here. So where is it? In the storage room. Which is down the stairs. In here? Oh, is it in here? Ah. There it be. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Run! God, and then we've got people coming to visit us tomorrow. Okay, back in the book. Okay. Dear, dear. Okie dokie, right. Back to where the fire was. Should have a lot of stuff now. Loads of stuff. I don't know what I've got this much stuff. Barely use the healings things. Right, okay, so the fire was in that one. We definitely won't be doing the second book today. Been recording for an hour and a half already. Lit fireplace. Use a fire extinguisher. How's that for you, huh? An enchanted fireplace. Whoa, down we go. An abandoned dormitory. should pick the lock. Dark in here, but that's not a problem. You can open the lock by sound. You work the lockpick into the hole and the lock opens with a click. Jewels and a ring. Nice. There's a group of students here. A group of girls stands by the way out, which is blocked off with stones. Their hands and robes are dirty and dusty. Looks like they were trying to clear the way. Hey, what are you doing here? The girls turn sharply to face you. Quiet! One of them whispers through her teeth. Did you steal the wand? Shut up! Several girls whisper at once. Suddenly you hear a noise behind you. Oh no, it's more of them. Great, now they heard you. Now we have to fight. Are those the undead in the walls that I've heard about? Yep. Stand back, I'll deal with them. The girl looks at your ID badge curiously. What a combat-ready janitor we have. We can take care of this ourselves. We're from Baratus. From where? We're combat wizards. Oh, I've heard something about you, but let me try and deal with them first. The girls move aside. The dark figures get closer. There's no retreating now. Right, well, first thing I'm going to do is have this bread. And... oh, I can only do one thing at a time. Okay. So there's two that are going to hit me. So if I slash you... oh, I thought we'd kill you. That's annoying. We need to get rid of him though, don't we? Because then that's what makes all the others... oh, that's a lot of idols. We'll do that. Right, let me eat bread. And then... rain. I need to start stunning them. Ouch. Eat some more bread. Stun them all. Thanks. Now everyone's going to come back to life. There we go. Right, so it's 2 hits. So my shield will cover that. So go for the shield. Okay, cool. And then I want to get rid of them, so we'll do that one. Maybe it's 3. There we go. And then that one's going to hit me. I'll just drain him. And then I will slash him. Oh, we did it. Let me just have another bit of bread. The group of girls. Girls look at you with interest. Not bad, but we would have been able to fight them ourselves. What happened here? The crazy girl brought us here to check out the abandoned classroom and then she locked us in. Then these undead started coming out, but we, unlike some people, know better than to go around yelling, and they didn't notice us. I think we need to have a serious talk with that girl upstairs. We do too. She cracks her knuckles. Did you steal the wand? The wand? Well, of course something interesting happens while we're stuck down here. So somebody finally nabbed Kornelius' wand. Yeah, someone nabbed it. We've been here since this morning. There's literally no way we could have taken it. Makes sense. That's one less suspect for us. I guess so. Are you alright? We're totally fine. I'm just going to catch our breath and head back upstairs. Don't hang around here too long. There might be more of those things. Alright, then don't hang around here too long. I need to get back to searching for the wand. Okay, see you. I can't do anything with that. The undead had stuff. Okay. Upstairs. One of them actually, there we go. Yeah, we need to talk to the quiet girl. The girl is sitting in the same spot, rocking slowly back and forth. Tell me what happened. The girl instantly burst into tears. I just wanted to feed my friends. Feed? Friends? Did I hear that right? She wanted to feed the other girls to those creatures. I found them in an abandoned dormitory and they didn't do anything bad to me. I just wanted to do something to help them. Help. Wait, hold on. These definitely aren't the characters we should be helping now. Did you use Kornelius' wand to raise the dead? What wand? What are you talking about? Kornelius' wand. The girl looks at you in confusion. Another bad student who doesn't even know anything about her own school. Never mind. You wave a hand at her and turn around. Seems like she's not our client. Let's keep looking. I think the girl will be fine. Where are you going and what happened to the girls downstairs? Tell the truth. They're alive and really angry. If I were you, I would hide. The girl doesn't answer. so we've done that. Oh, this has changed. Some that. Wand. Two students whispering excitedly to each other in the middle of the main hall. Did you hear they found the wand thief up in the attic? Who was it? I don't know. I think it was one of the students. Both their masters are up there now. The attic. You say that like you haven't already read the ending and found out who stole the wand. Truth is, you changed the plot a little with your actions, so I don't know how it ends yet. Can you tell me how to get to the attic? Upstairs, then to the classroom on the left. Yeah. Let's go. We knew that already. But off we go. Okay, so we seem to be getting near the end. I can't believe this one's taken me nearly 2 hours to do. My lord, okay. It is extremely dark in here, chaps. Can I walk? Yeah. What on earth are you thinking, you little idiot? Give me the wand. I'll do with him myself. Mikhail, let's just calm down for a second. If any of you take even a step in my direction, I'll break your stupid wand in half. Mikhail? You'll both get a piece, except for you, Scarecrow. He looks at you. Hey, I thought we were pals. You don't know me. Looking at you. What's the janitor doing here? I heard noises and came to see what happened. What's happening? You may go. Your help is not needed here. I think I'll stay. Fine then. Those boxes back there are quite dusty. Get to work. I'm not a janitor. Who are you then? A plumber? Oh yes. Are you here about that clogged toilet? I'm a writer. Stand up straight and fix the hair on your head. Who? I'm here for Kornelius' wand. Another one, he recoils. Why do you want it? Someone's going to pay me well for it. Ah! Hold on. When you say they'll pay you well, how much is that? Clutches his chest. Shut up, I have the wand. And I'm the one who decides what will happen to it. All right, all right. I was planning on deciding its fate quietly by myself, but now you're involved. Hang on, I understand us though, but why do you even want it? None of your business. Stay where you are. Let's just calm down and nobody move. The old man suddenly pulls a revolver out from under his robe and starts waving it around in all directions. If you give me back the wand, you little cretin, or you'll be sorry. Oh damn. Where the hell did you get a gun? He claps his hand to his head. Calm down, just calm down. I thought you were opposed to technology, old man. Give it to me. He reaches out for the wand, keeping the revolver aimed. Take the gun from the old man. You quickly take the revolver from his grasp. Mikhail flinches, expecting you to attack him too. Stop waving that thing in my face. Hey, give that back. Mikhail bends Cornelius' wand enough to for it to crack slightly. At the same time, you hear an echoing noise ringing out from somewhere up above. Everyone freezes. Do you think this is a joke? I'm so sick of your snivelling. And your panicking, you little, and your weird head. Sad face. There's no more magic. We all realised that long ago, so stop clinging to the illusion that it's still around. I know why you care about this one so much, old man. But it's time to move on. Stop being indecisive. He looks at the new headmaster. Stop living in the past. He looks at the old headmaster. And stop lying. He looks at you. Any last words from you three? He smirks. You're going to regret this. Who do you think you are, you brat? Mikhail turns his gaze to the new headmaster. I understand how you feel, and I also want to move forward, but can't we find a way that doesn't involve breaking wands? He only smirks in response, then turns to you. Or try and grab the wand. Let's try and do something with ink. You think you know everything about magic, huh? But did you know that it's not dead? You grab the old man's wand from his belt and fill it with ink, trying to summon a fireball from the other end. But instead of fire, the ink just leaks out from the tip of the wand and starts dripping on the floor. Ugh. What the hell was that? Had enough of this. Crack. Oh, crap. Your eyes fall on Cornelius' wand. First on one, then on the other. They're both falling through the air. Why am I seeing two wands? Slowly it dawns on you. Huh? What are you talking about? The left and right halves of the wand land on the floor at Malachi's feet. The old man stares on the floor, mouth open, unable to speak. The new headmaster sighs softly. Malachi looks at his hand where a few slivers of wood still remain. The wand is gone. Does this mean we failed the order? You start to hear a loud rumbling sound from somewhere up above. I don't know. The phone call from before pops into your head. The conversation about how it was absolutely essential that you complete this order successfully. The old man falls to his knees, trying to piece the wand back together. You prod him aside with your foot and pick up what remains of the wand. Give it to me! The old man seems to have gone completely insane. The rumbling gets louder. What's happening? He looks at the ceiling. We need to go. The old man starts laughing loudly. The rumbling completely drowns out his laughter. We need to go. Oh, it's broken. What do we do? Oh, please don't tell me that we're sending it back to them like that. Oh, we are so dead. We are so dead. We are so not surviving this. Oh god, we are so dead. So not surviving. So not surviving. So not surviving. So not surviving. Oh, we're so not getting paid for this. We are so in trouble. Oh. Did you get the item? Well, I can explain what happened. You better see for yourself. He's already ringing me like, what have you done? You idiot! You imbecile! Don't really want anyone else to hear me be shouted at, so I'm just going to shut that door. Well, here we go. Hello? What the hell were you thinking? A month later. My hair is killing me. I think we're going to have to leave it there though. A month later? Oh, we had stuff repossessed. I think we will leave it there because I think it's just going to take us into the next part. I'm sorry it took me so long to do one thing. I can't believe it's taken us nearly 2 hours to do one book. I like how the story, you can tell the man's position and based on where he wakes up, the items that he's got near him when he wakes up, what his house looks like, or his flat. I really like that. I'm really enjoying that side of things. I'm really enjoying the whole mystery bit. I think definitely next episode, as I find stuff that I can't yet do, I'll make a note of it in my notebook, because definitely halfway through I got very lost on what I should be doing. I'm glad that oh, I forgot the name of the thing, but the canister, I'm glad he gives you hints and clues. I think that's very helpful. I apologise if I sounded quite rushed at the beginning of this video, but I had literally filmed the first 5 minutes. I've literally filmed that about 5 times today, because I would dive into the book and then it'd be at that point that OBS would give me a notification saying that it's too that the encoder is too overworked basically, and I have to change the encoder if I want it to work successfully. So hopefully it's looked alright. I've messed about with a few settings anyway, but it does seem to have worked. I think it was because my computer was trying to do updates in the background as well, and it just altogether was like, nah mate. So I apologise, but the rest of it I really, really enjoyed. I hope you guys did too. Yeah, I'm really excited. We've got another, so I think there's 6 books in total when I googled it, so we've done 3, so we're about halfway through. There'll be another 1 or 2 parts, probably 2 parts, maybe 3 depending on how long the stories are. If the stories are this sort of length again, then I'm going to have a bit of trouble with it. But if they are, you know, they'll be 3. But if it's like the first part that we did where we managed to get 2 in 1, then that might also be quite nice. Yeah. I can't believe how long it took me. So I'm going to edit this and try and upload it before people get back home, because I drain the internet when I upload stuff. So hopefully it all looked alright. If you did enjoy it, please consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment about anything really. I'll take constructive criticism. Constructive criticism doesn't bother me at all. I definitely am kind of thinking about maybe getting a simpler PC to have, or upgrading maybe the GPU in mine. I don't know how you do that, I'd have to ask my brother. But I think probably a separate laptop would be quite nice to record on, to have OBS on and the editing stuff, and then have this computer that I'm currently using as the game box. It's annoying because I got rid of all my old laptops. If I'd have known that that was an option, I probably would have kept the old laptop, but I honestly didn't think I'd need it anymore. So maybe I'll get a cheaper laptop for editing and stuff later, but at the moment I just haven't got the money for it. It would definitely make editing a lot easier. It would definitely make playing games a lot easier. So it's, you know, it's one of those things. It can't be helped, but annoying all the same. I think we'll just have to do each game as it comes, and then when we get towards the end, like, I don't know what game we'll be playing next. I'm still thinking about it. Probably one on my Switch maybe, because I've not done a Switch game for quite a while. But I'll see what short ones I have on there. I've got a few demos. Demos might be fun to do as well. But yeah, so with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, leave comment, like, subscribe, all that nice stuff. And yeah, I will see you in the next episode, whatever we happen to do with Bookwalker. I will see you guys later. Bye everyone.